Australia Diecast Salvage, where we get to play with Matchbox cars, Dinky Toys, Corgi Toys, Majorette, and quite a number of other different brands that are out there. Adult supervision required at all times, because you just never know what's going to pop up on your screen. Content on this channel is aimed at the adult community as it contains strippers. So hot, you'll take the paint of vehicles. Nudity. Naked vehicles. And a man playing with his tools. What else is he going to do? We've got strippers, and we've got nude cars. So he has to play with something. Here are some of our previous attempts to give these vehicles a new lease of life. And I think I did not a bad job, if I do say so myself. But there's always room for improvement. So come along to see what's in today's episode at Gravesend Australia Diecast Salvage. Welcome to another episode of Gravesend Australia Diecast Salvage. This episode is a tribute to OPA from OPA'S Restorations, who sadly passed away a few weeks ago. He was a brother to the Diecast Community. He helped us all out a lot, giving us advice and giving us praise for the work that we do, and we are giving him the tribute that he deserves. So we'll take this vehicle over to the workbench and we shall have a better look at it. So here we are over on my still temporary workbench, and what we have is a VITESSE. I'll get my fingers holding it properly for you. VITESSE VW 1500, made in Portugal, or Portugal. So it's quite a good model. It is approximately the same size as the dinky version of this vehicle. I do have one here, but I'm saving that one for another time. So no opening doors, no opening bonnets or hoods. It's just going to be a plain strip, the paint, and repaint on this vehicle. Tyres are in good condition. There's a screw in to keep the vehicle together. So let's get going. So as you can see, I've taken, as you can see in the background here amongst my mess, I've taken the screws out, and we can now take the base off. Now there is suspension on here, which is good, and the bumpers are connected via locating pins, front and back, but we don't need to remove those, so we'll keep them as they are. Like I say, we're going to be concentrating more on the casting than anything else. There's our interior. We may do a little bit of painting on the interior. Not that you're really going to see much, because it is a 1/43 scale. But again, unless you're close to it, you're not going to see much. Glass is in good order. It should be. It's a new vehicle. It's not a plain worn. So. But you never know what happens on my channel. Like I said, no. So what we have on the front, these lights Look like they were made by hot glue, glued in, that we can get to from the back. I'll try and get them out off camera, and we will be putting different headlights in. So we'll catch you in a moment. Okay, we have the clear plastic lenses out. They weren't glued, they were glued in, but there was no access to the back like I thought there was. So that's just, so if you wanted to drill out from the back, you can. Anyway, we picked them out using a pick, and that's now ready to receive the new jeweled headlights that I have. Now this model here is, by looks of it, is based on a early 60s version of the Squareback or Notchback, as some people call them, and I based that on the indicator that's on the front. It is the nipple type indicator as opposed to the boxy square one, and that has the silver chrome that comes around the side on top of the bumper. Now this is a toy, so I don't expect it to be perfect. Excuse me while I clear some bio off the car. But what it is missing is the, I'll just tilt the camera a little bit better. Just get some of my previous rubbish that I still have out the way. It is missing the fins on the back here for the air-cooled motor. That should be in the back. On this side here, looks like there was an attempt up near the top here to put the fins, but it was blocked out. And on the other side, it's completely missing at all. Completely missing. So it looks like on this side here they were going to put it in, but decided not to. But we'll see what comes through after the paint comes off, because it is fairly thick paint. So we'll see what comes of it. So we'll catch you in a moment. So what I've started to do now is go around the lines of the doors, just opening them up a little bit. And same thing with the bonnet, so that later on, should I wish to use a so you get the name of it, but if I want to paint in the lines, I can do that. But also, as you can see, I've done a little bit of extra work on this side, because this is the base model of the 1500 that didn't have the chrome belt line. Right, they just had the indentation at the belt line. Now it still normally would carry through to right to the end, but on this one it stops roughly about here, and the front, it doesn't have the indentation at all. It actually comes out the opposite way. So instead of being the top part being further in, it is further out than the bottom, just the way the casting line is. So if you have a look closely here, I fold enough away so that now this part here where the wheel arch is higher than this part of the front of the fender. So I've been able to carry that line all the way through. And as we've done it here, this spot here is where it stopped, and this is where I've carried it all the way through a little bit further. So I'm just going to keep working on that, and I'll see you soon. Well, I think the last time we looked at this, I was still filing the midlines, or the belt line if you like, on here, or extended it because of the way that the moulding was. So what we've done here is we've added some primer to see how we're shaping, and I think we're just about there, and we'll get on to doing the stripping. So we'll see you at the venue. Well, I'm ready, our strippers are ready, they're wanting their warm bath, so here we go. Let that come down a bit. Now, because this is a fairly new model, it might take a little bit for it to take the paint off. It's taking the primer off that I've put on it to where I had the belt line. So we'll see what it does. I'll just pour in the rest of the hot water, and we shall let her go, let her rip, so to speak. So, not much of a reaction with the paint, but it is coming off. So I will carry on with this. For you, you'll be coming back to a naked vehicle. If you don't want to see a naked vehicle, close your eyes and you can listen to the narration, and I'll let you know when you can open your eyes. But otherwise, you'll have a naked vehicle next. Okay, if you don't want to see nudity, close your eyes now. Alright, so we've polished up the casting. We used the wire wheel on the cordless drill to remove the majority of the paint, 90% of it, as the caustic soda only took off the primer I put on. Just remember, this is a new casting, so the paint is really tough on them, so that's what I expected. And then I've gone over it with the wire bristle brush as well as the scourer that I normally use, and I've also gone over it with a bit of Scotch-Brite on here. So the next time you'll see this, we'll be doing some painting. Catch you in a moment. So the vehicle is in etch primer at the moment, and we're going to give it a white base coat using this battery operated airbrush. So let's get it going. Pause there for a moment to pick up the item that I've just dropped on the floor. Bear with me. Bear with me. There we go. We have found it. Now we shall continue. This is a paint and primer paint that I'm using. position my hand so I can do this side. Alright, so you get the idea of the base coat. There is I'll be masking it up next because this is going to become a two-tone. I'll show you that I've masked it and then I will paint it, but the painting is going to be similar to that, so I'll do that off camera. So the next time you shall see this will be when I've got it masked. After that it will be at the reveal, so we'll catch you in a moment. The vehicle is in the oven for the moment, the white paint, and I generally set it to 90 degrees and it shall be in there. I've got it set for 10 minutes, but I'll check it after about 3 minutes. So we'll catch you at the masking. Here we are, we've got the vehicle now masked up to get it ready for its two-tone colour. Now, to help stop the bleed, I'm doing like what a lot of the other restorers do, is we've given it a clear coat now for this bottom section, especially around where the tape is on the masking, so that we don't get, when we put the other colour on, we don't get as much bleed through. So I've got to let this clear coat dry, and when you'll see this one next, it will be the reveal. I'll do the detailing and all of that off camera. It's just hand painting tail lights onto it and indicators, and I will be putting in the glass headlights, and they're a simple process, so we'll dispense with that part of it. So when you see it, I'm hoping it's going to come out like a photo that I'll have, or that should be coming up about now. So we'll see if we can get something close to this photo. See you in a moment at the reveal. So here is my reveal to my entry to the Diecast International Builders tribute to Scott Koster, otherwise known as OPA. The Diecast and Modelers community are also taking part, so check out everybody's channel if you can. This is a VITESSE, VITESSE, VW 1500 sedan, or Notchback, as some people may know. I've stripped the vehicle, given it a two-tone paint job, and you should be seeing a picture of the inspiration for this colour. Now, the things that I've done with this is we've given it two the blinkers and brake lights on here. We've put in the door handles. We've put in dual headlights. We have extended the belt line by doing a fair amount of filing. We have put a chrome trim around the front and rear windows, and also on the rain gutters. We've put a chrome trim on there, and yeah, so let's all put our hands together for OPA, who has been an inspiration to a number of us doing this hobby.
I hope you enjoyed this fine tribute to OPA, and we'll catch you next time at Graves in Australia, Diecast Salvage.